Hi everyone. Beth's mock test went probably less well than she thought it was going to. Like I explained though, the faults that Beth made are not that difficult to fix. It shouldn't actually take us that long. And thankfully, Beth has allowed us to record her lesson today. This is the first lesson that she's had after this mock test. So we're going to try and have a look at today how I go about fixing these things. Let's get to Beth's. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm happy to be active learning, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Seatbelt on.
Yes.
And then we'll crack on.
I can't believe they're changing the weather. It's been crap all week.
Nuts today, innit?
I know.
Right, we're back in the car. This is just confirmed to everyone. You don't tell the truth. How many lessons have you had since your mock test last week?
Well, this is the first lesson back.
Excellent. How did you honestly feel about your mock test? You've just alluded to it a little bit, but just give us a sort of like a little bit of an info on how you felt about how your performance was with the mock test.
I feel like overall, I feel comfortable while driving.
Yeah.
But I know that I need to fix these little mistakes, and I need to like actively make that decision of like
Cool.
checking the mirrors and stuff.
You honestly didn't drive bad. The mirrors, yes, it's an important thing. We understand what's going on. We're going to have a little talk about these mirrors shortly anyway, but I knew you were disappointed with it, and it's understandable.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be better to have a mock test like we've done?
Yeah.
And find your faults with that rather than getting to the real thing?
Yeah, definitely.
And then having to wait maybe 3 or 4 months with how it is at the minute.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So was it still a surprise that I told you to book your test?
A bit, yeah, because I feel like since we've just got back off the lockdown, I didn't realise, like, I thought that to myself, like, I'd probably be a lot worse than what I was, and that, like, I'd sort of get in the car and you'd be like, girl, you're not ready.
So take some positives from that.
Yeah.
Have you booked your test yet?
Not yet, I'm doing it this week when I get paid.
That's fine, totally understand. Okay. So with the test, the main thing were the use of mirrors. It was use of mirrors before signalling.
Yes.
Use of mirrors before slowing down, and use of mirrors before moving.
Yes.
It was the use of mirrors before moving direction, which was the only serious fault. Okay, and that happened just up here on Walton Vale. Do you need me to explain anything about what you should be doing?
I think it's just mainly a case of I've got to actively keep trying it and just incorporate it into me driving.
Okay, sound. So would you say that there's a little bit of a remind that you feel as though you need me to do for you today?
Kind of, yeah, like just keep prodding a bit.
Keep prodding a bit. Okay, super. Why do we need to check before we signal?
Because a signal is an ask rather than an I'm going to.
Very good.
So obviously if I'm going to ask, I need to check if someone's letting me.
Not necessarily, because they don't know they've got to let you before you put it on.
Right.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what are we doing by checking in the mirrors before we signal? Why is it so important? Well, it's to time your signal correctly. We don't always put a signal on at the same time for every single scenario. There may be side roads that we've got to pick up on. Easy enough. There may be someone really, really close behind. Now, how would that affect your signal timing?
It means I put it on sooner.
Good. So you know this info.
Yeah.
That's good. So without a check, there's no way in the world that you can time your signals correctly.
Right.
Okay? It can't just be a routine of putting a signal on to do the junction. It's not like that. Okay? And it's the same to slow down, because if you think if there was a big lorry close behind, when would you need to start slowing to warn that lorry?
Sooner.
Very good. So you know the info. The change of direction's an obvious one, isn't it? The one where we were in the right hand side, coming up to the end of Walton Vale.
Yeah.
And you correctly move back to the left, which was really good. Lane discipline is something that a lot of people are lacking. But do it with a check first.
Yeah.
It's like crossing the road. I think I mentioned that at the end of the mock test, didn't I?
Yeah.
Everything's just like crossing the road. It would have actually been safer for you to go through the junction in the right lane and then check and come back in, rather than just moving across without the check. So that's what we're going to try and work on today. The rest of your driving, do you feel as though there's much help required and much help needed?
I think if it's a quiet day, I'm okay. If it's a busy one and we're stuck in traffic or something, I still feel like I get that pressure.
All right.
Kind of.
Okay. I personally think the awareness of getting you to check before doing things will probably calm that pressure down on you a little bit.
Yeah.
So for now, I'm going to leave that with you. I don't think I need to do much.
Okay.
But don't forget, I'm there to help if needed.
Okay.
All right. But you proved last time with the mock test that you're there or thereabouts. So we'll try and give you a little bit of help. We'll remind you for a bit until you feel a little bit more comfortable with what you're doing, and see whether we can get it, Beth, doing it by the end of the lesson.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Sound. Are you all set up with your car?
Yes.
Super. You can start us up and we will work. Is your seatbelt twisted? Just a sec.
I think it is.
Okie dokie. What's the problem with having a twisted seatbelt?
It's uncomfortable, strangled, very scared.
Yeah. You know what I liken it to? And this is a decent analogy for a lot of people sometimes, whether you've been stood on by someone wearing high heels, or whether you've worn high heels and stood on someone else. Why does standing on someone's toe with high heels hurt so much?
I don't know.
It's pressure.
Oh, right.
It's because all that pressure is on a tiny little bit, so the actual forces going that way.
Small surface area equals bigger pain.
Aha! Right, okay, so now your seatbelt's twisted and we have an accident. And this seatbelt's now folded in half.
Oh, right, I get what you mean.
What's going to happen?
I'm going to get a big old bruise.
Yeah, they can break ribs anyway,
yeah.
seatbelts. However, it's going to be twice the force.
Okay.
So always make sure. I get into a habit of just running my thumbs across, up and down.
I didn't even realise that it was twisted, to be honest.
Sound. But that's one thing that you can add to your cockpit drill as well.
Okay.
All right with that?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to get reversing away and then we can get going, Beth. So, you get your car sorted and ready. Excellent. So, obs, before we get going. Oh, what's happened to that left mirror? Remember how to do it? You flip the switch back across, because then it's only when it goes into reverse, when that switches across the other way, that it then dips to the floor, but it points it at the floor so you can't see, doesn't it? So, are you okay doing your obs with this?
I think so.
Go on. Excellent. Nice job. Is this lady coming down the pavement going to be an issue for now?
Not right now.
Okay, cool. Well done. You got enough room to get out now?
Yeah.
Well done.
Should I wait for this lady to pass?
You make that assessment.
I will. I know that it makes me anxious when someone pulls away when
You're going into a house. Okay, super. Well done. Keep checking because things do change. Very nicely done. Okay?
Yep.
Excellent.
Did you park the car close to the first one on purpose?
I actually didn't know, Beth. Someone came, the guy came and parked in front of us. I asked him whether he wanted to park where we were, and he said no, he was fine. So it's alright, there's no issues. That happens, so you can reverse out. We're going to turn left at the end. How close is the silver one? When do you think you need to tell the silver one you're turning? And which other mirror? Cyclists. Good job. You do your junction. Let's have another check before we go as well. Now, you just go when you want. Don't feel rushed by me or anything. But while we're sat here, Beth, could cyclists be catching us up this side?
Definitely. So before I go, I need to check that.
Absolutely. So you can be glancing at it even now as you're doing your observations with your junction, can't you? Just stick your handbrake on and put your right foot back over towards your gas, because then you can creep whenever you wish then, can't you?
Yeah.
Any cyclists?
No. Okay, off we go.
We good?
Perfect.
Nice job. Well done. So we'll check your mirrors now again. What's that check for?
To see if anyone's following me close behind.
Good. What if they were overtaking? Would that then be a safe time for you to get going yourself?
No.
Okay, wicked. Over the top of the bridge. Can we see what's over there?
No.
So is this one behind friendly or foe or enemy?
I think they're friendly, but I'm not gonna just assume.
Good. So we've got to keep on updating ourselves with that, because at the moment they've been good as gold, haven't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So if the crossing changed, are they an issue?
Probably, maybe. But
Not
yeah, because they're behind me.
But that far back, would they be an issue?
No.
Shouldn't be. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Good. So we're going to do the same again coming in here. Is this one a big problem behind?
No.
Okay, super. Well done. Anyone behind close? They're quite, aren't they?
So much.
Good. That decision was excellent. Even though they were a little closer, you still had time to stop. It wasn't going to be dangerous if you stopped.
Yeah.
Could you have made that decision without the constant observational work that we were doing?
No.
That was boss. That was really good.
Okay.
Top draw.
It's so easy when you've not been driving for a while to just be focusing on what's in front and what's around.
And people do. They just focus in front with a tunnel vision. That's good. So while you're getting prepped, start checking Bob and Tom's. Boys on bikes, twits on motorbikes. Okay? Yeah, good. Well done. Excellent. And even now, I'd be checking where this silver one is to your right to help you decide on what to do. Is the Mini a problem far back there?
No.
Is this guy an issue? Who's behind us again?
Not really, no.
So every single time something sort of changes, you should be mirrors.
Yep.
Because what's going on back there affects us massively on how we do it. Good. Who's behind us? How close are they? Is that one an issue? I think they've changed their mind. They've realised they can't go down that one-way street. Okay. Super duper. Well done. So what are you expecting from the lights, Beth?
I'm expecting them to change anyway.
Is the silver one behind going to be a big deal?
Not really, no.
Perfect. So you understand what we're talking about regarding mirror check before we're slowing down?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Great.
So, yeah, well done. Keep aware of that. Nice job.
I think that this person might be parked up really.
Perfect spot then if you think that they could be parked. Yeah? Did you say parked with this one?
I said parked, yeah.
Cool. Look at their actions in their car.
It's not parked.
But that's okay. Do you see how the poor road position can maybe make you think that as well?
Yeah.
Super. Well done.
You might be trying to go into this car park though.
Could be, yeah. What we're going to do as well, Beth, we're actually going to turn left into that car park. So how close are people behind? And how soon do you need to let them know we're going to turn?
Not now.
Good. So it's not on distance, it's on time. Yeah? We are turning in towards the car park. Again, cyclists catching us up. We're good. We're going to head around to the left. Reassess your mirrors as well. Anyone follow this?
Yep.
We're going to head around to the left and then perform a U-turn after the white Corsa to head to the other end of the car park. So again, check your mirrors around. Anyone going to be coming past us? We good?
You're good.
Down we go. Good. No issues going across the markings in that scenario. Good. And we're going to head down to the other end of the car park. Just keep an eye on things as well. Keep an eye on people all around, not just ahead. Although the main danger probably is now coming out of the sports centre and the entrance, isn't it?
Yep.
Well done for having a little nosy around the van. Really good. Anyone following us?
Nope.
No? Good. Off we go down, and we're going to go and park forward into a bay.
Okay.
How close are people behind?
No one's behind me.
Has anyone followed us whatsoever?
Nope.
So is there any issue with doing what we're doing?
Nope.
Okay, you go as slow as you need to and go around and just have another little check around before you do it. Happy?
Yep.
Nice job. Anything changed as we're going around the car park?
No, everything's good.
Very good, it's looking excellent as well. You've lined it up really nicely. Perfect. Top drawer, well done. And that was because you can leave your car on as well a second. It's only because it's roasting. Normally as well you should turn your car off in these scenarios because it wastes fuel, but we're only going to be literally a moment.
Okay.
We don't want to waste fuel and we don't want to kill the environment. Okay, first little point, what's your thoughts on mirror check before slowing down?
It makes more sense.
Makes more sense.
I feel more confident when I'm slowing.
Good. So you've got to be in charge of your slowing.
Yeah.
And you can be. If someone is close, you slow earlier and you control them, because rather than slowing down and stopping really quickly at the end, you're always better off slowing earlier and then actually rolling away from them a little more.
Okay.
Alright? Very good. The bob and toms. Have you heard me say bob and toms before? Boys on bikes, twits on motorbikes?
I have, yeah.
You have, sound. I usually go on about it. But my favourite one is the left mirror check for the cyclist coming up. Did I ever tell you about the cyclist I hit?
No.
6 weeks after passing my driving test, did a left turn, didn't have a left mirror on my car, and I got him. He was coming down the inside. Okay, I went to court, got 3 points for having without due care and attention. It was my fault. He shouldn't have been undertaking, and he shouldn't have been coming down a hill without any brakes and with headphones on. However, it's my responsibility.
The guy with the big thing.
Absolutely. So we need to be like that all the time. So the Bob and Tom's things is real. We've got to get into that. Even there to do that manoeuvre, it's all really, if you've got the ability to do the manoeuvre, it's all about how we're looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what we're watching. If you don't see something, that's the most likely thing to fail your driving test.
Okay.
Observations. Okay? So it's not just mirrors, it's absolutely everywhere.
So if I'm like on my driving lesson and if I'm not sure about something and I stop, do I have to give them a reason for stopping, or like would they just automatically fail me for it if they think that there was no reason?
The examiner is well switched on to what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Okay.
Alright, they're experienced, well qualified people. Alright. Don't worry about what actually happens examiner wise. Concentrate on what you can do to drive safely.
Okay.
Because there's enough for you to think about with that, rather than worrying about what the person in this seat is doing.
Yeah.
Alright? But it's a good question. Let's have a little reverse out. There's no one-way system in the car park, but we do want to head out there.
That way.
Just to the left side of these cars and up near that green electrical box and out of the gates.
Okay.
Alright? So we want to go down that section of road. It's up to you which way you go. Off you go!
Hang on.
And I wanted to give you a little go at a manoeuvre just because we didn't really do a proper one last time.
Okay.
Okay? Are you good? Nice job. Good. Observations quicker than your car's moving. I know those two things don't usually seem to be able to be put together, but they can. Your observations quicker than your car's moving. They absolutely are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Good, and keep that going all the way. Nice job. Good. Even though you think it's clear, you've always got to check. Well done. So, off you go out the exit. Well done, Beth. Good manoeuvre. There's no issues with your forward bay parking, is there?
No, I don't think so. This is the one I'm most confident on.
You don't mind that. Is that your favourite, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good. You do it well. Well done.
I think it's because it's going to be the manoeuvre that I might use the most. Maybe.
Okay, I would reverse in personally, but leave it up to you. So we're going to turn left out onto the main road as well. Hold on, anyone coming down this pavement here as we come out?
No. Turn left, did you say?
Yes, please. Anyone behind to signal to? No, so you can please yourself.
Yeah, this person should be coming in here, but I'm going to wait for them to turn.
Good. Never trust a signal because they've just driven straight past you. Perfect. What did we say coming out of Sandy Lane before with your handbrake and feet?
Oh yeah.
It just allows you to be a little bit quicker away, Beth. Alright?
Yeah.
And make certain we're aware of even cyclists coming out here behind us, because you never know, someone could have come out the gym, biking home, and to be side of you, so no worries.
Okay, now this person is going in front, but fine.
No issues. Good. We're not going left, we're going ahead. Well done. Anyone overtaking us?
Nope, we're good.
Good. Is this guy going to be an issue? Not now. Although he's crossing, you could see that he was always going to cross behind us.
Yep.
With no one following us, do you think that then makes your life a little bit easier?
Yeah, a bit.
It does, doesn't it? Good.
So I can relax for a second.
Yeah, up to these lights, we're turning right.
Okay.
Very good. Lovely early position. Fab. What if that car had come out while that lorry was overtaking?
Just don't go over the. Just don't do what they've done, really.
Yeah. How far up the road has it got him?
Not far at all. It just wasn't worth it, really.
It's not, is it? It's okay. Well done, yeah, the handbrake did pop off there as well. Do you know why it came off?
Because I still have the gear in and I was about to take my foot off the clutch.
Good. Well done, you sussed it. Nice job. So Bob and Tom's, check it out. Good. Happy?
Yep.
Excellent. Really important before you move, just to be aware of people. So, when you're going to signal with the car behind, it's not so bad because it's gone off the other way, but you did need the signal on. It's a junction, it's helping the people. It's confirming with the car that's just gone past us on the left that we're turning right, so it knows it's not got a problem further up where the road merges two lanes into one.
Yep.
Great job. Who's followed us?
Nobody.
So, if we needed to do a movement one way or the other, maybe a car reversed out or a cyclist came out or someone pushed a pram out to the road,
Yeah.
who's that side of us?
Nobody.
No one. You've got that escape route, and try and have that in your mind all the time, because if you know you've got that safety, again, your anxiety and your worry is going to reduce, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Nice job. Anyone behind before we slow? No, it's not really worth it, an overtake just for one vehicle doing a left turn.
I was going to get stopped by the lights anyway.
Absolutely, hold on. How do you feel you've started?
I feel like I'm going stronger.
Good. Do you still feel as though this is the route that you'd like to take at the moment with me helping quite a bit? Or do you feel as though we leave you a little bit more now? Is there any little bits that you think you've got that you'd like to have a little go yourself?
Yeah. I don't really know, to be honest. It's just just driving, isn't it? Just getting on with it.
Okay, so the mirror check before slowing down.
Yeah.
I tell you what might be interesting as well. You're a pretty good talker in the car as well, Beth. Why don't you have a little go at talking about what you're looking at when we're doing certain things?
Okay. So you want me to actively show you my thought process?
So yeah, what are you looking for there?
I was looking for the cyclist.
Cyclist coming down, yeah, very good. What's your thoughts on the traffic around you at the minute?
Currently Yeah, I'm surrounded.
Okay, so if there was an issue with the white vehicle up ahead, it would be a little more difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you try and put your signal on if you needed to lane change, maybe as early as you can, as long as there's no one that's going to be maybe interrupted. If someone was zooming past really fast, you wouldn't want to signal because you'd probably let them go. So this guy to the left,
Yep.
it's busy around as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
What could you do with your positioning with this Audi to your right hand side?
I'd drop off.
Now keep up with them because there's a space next to you. I'm not saying it would be definitely usable, but it's a safer space than not having any, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good, well done. Is that van stuck out? Is the black one to your right going to be an issue?
Yeah. I mean, but
How much is it stuck out?
Not a lot. I don't need to lane change.
Well done. Anyone behind an issue?
Just him.
No, we're going to turn left at the lights, please. When are you going to signal with this grey one? Yeah, reasonably early, because it was slightly catching as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. So what could have been coming down this left side? Cyclists. So you may very well check before you do this thing, but it's really important to check again before your action. I call it a secondary mirror check.
Okay.
Alright, so check before you signal to time it correctly, and then check again before you do it.
Okay.
Alright, so if we're turning left, obviously this side's really important. If we're turning right, it would be?
So check, signal check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good. So again, secondary check. And look what came past.
Cyclist.
I'm psychic sometimes.
Quite a bit, yeah. It's almost like you've been driving for a very long time.
It's almost I know what I'm talking about. Who's overtaking us?
Nobody.
Okay, good. Alright, so there's still a few little bits that we can work with and get better with. But it's alright, just keep going. Keep working with it. Who's followed us?
Nobody.
Is the crossing an issue?
No.
So anticipation is also a big part of checking mirrors as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So rather than arriving where we're going to go and then trying to check and then not be switched on, good. What were you checking for there?
Anyone around me?
Very good. You had a few little things. This one in front's turning. Again, how easy is that with what's following us? Nah, it's not worth it. It's slow.
Just say no one's around me. So I'm
Perfect.
my own pace, really.
Is this blue Vauxhall going to come out of the junction behind?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well done. And we're soon going to be turning left. It's actually at these lights as well. So we're just going to have again another little gab about signalling. Now, the distance that you signal away from the junction is actually irrelevant. People think, and I've even heard examiners who have tested the Part 3, the driving instructor exam, say you should be signalling 6 to 8 car lengths away from a junction.
Okay.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on speed. Okay?
Yeah.
So because we're really slow in a queue, if we put a signal on now, what do you think this car behind would be?
Think that I were parking up or something.
Absolutely. So even though there's no side entrances, it's a little early. Now the traffic's flowing. Where is that one behind? Is there any Bob and Toms?
Nope.
Lovely time. This car now behind us has plenty of time to change what they're doing to suit us slowing down for this turn. And it's the straight on road we're taking. Who's followed us?
Nobody.
Brilliant. So it's easy. You can go where you want there, can't you?
Yeah.
So if you had to go on that line, you knew no one was around. Which takes us back to the fault near the end of Walton Vale at the end of your mock test.
Yeah. I think like that as well. It's like, home stretch, and I was like, oh.
You know what? You've just touched on such an important point.
Yeah.
Because people they relax when they're coming to the finish.
Yeah.
And it's the same on a test. It's the same once they've passed and they're nearly home. They're nearly home on a Friday night and you're waiting to crack that bottle of wine or a cider or a pint of Guinness, if you may, or whatever.
Now, thank you.
So you understand where I'm coming from, all
Yeah.
right? So keep that concentration all the time. Yeah, it's dead important. Even here, although we can't see much behind this van that's following us, good, it's down the sides. There's a cycle area here.
Yeah.
Don't let me be psychic again and catch us out.
I'll try not to.
Yeah. Good work, Beth. Nice job. So what's your thoughts far up there that's going to make us do something next?
There's a crossing.
Good. And what else beyond the crossing?
There's a roundabout.
What else before the roundabout?
Oh, there's cars.
How are you going to deal with that? Good. Is the one in front as good as the one behind? Very good. And you can stay out here into this lane too. There's no point going in that straddle position unless it's going to be a benefit. Good job. This roundabout, we're going to turn right, please.
Okey-dokey.
So, what's your thoughts? What's your process now? What have we been working with? How close people are? Good. Well done. Perfect. Because this was where you got your gear fault for going in third, I think, if I remember rightly. What do you see?
I see someone coming. No, I see
Perfect.
too.
Perfect. Has the bus got enough space?
Yes.
Excellent. We're turning right. So, how do we now leave? Who's to our left-hand side now? No one. So, signal left. You actually started heading over a little soon before you'd signalled.
Okay.
So, we're after a hold it round to the right, a quick check, a left signal, and then slide over. If you're moving before you signal, the signal becomes a little irrelevant for that manoeuvre. Good, I'll let you deal with this. Well done, you've sussed that out really early. At these traffic lights up at the top, we're going to turn left. Is it worth getting past the cyclist?
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. Go on then, let's get past him rather than hang alongside. And what are you going to do with this? Good. What's the bus doing? Is the bus going to be long before it's moving off? Do you want to go round it, or is there enough room?
There's not enough room, no.
Okay, super. If you're ever in doubt whether there's enough room, just sit as we are and perfect. Well done. Good. Well done. Well done. Perfect. And that goes to prove exactly what I was talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
As we're sat there, they can catch us up.
Yeah.
So we've got to look out for them. Okay? Very good.
Slowly making the progress, fixing the mistake.
Excellent. Super. Sometimes here, although it's going to be a long while before we do the left turn, and do you see the scooter that's catching us up behind?
Yes.
So even while we're sitting here, still keep watching.
Yeah.
To preempt mistakes. Even though it's going to be a long while till we turn, I would probably put the left signal on now, because the scooter coming past and the other vehicles now have a longer time, maybe even to lane change to keep the flow going if they don't want to be stuck behind us slowing to turn. Yeah? Well done. Anyone else? This side. Who's overtaken? Signal it.
Okay, he's let me go.
Good. You were just a little late checking and acting.
Yeah.
Before we come back. Okay, super. So do you think in hindsight you should have gone into the left lane there coming around the corner?
No, I should have checked that the bus was there and planned
Good.
ahead.
So look further and it stops you from having the problems, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You did deal with that safely, alright? No issues. Well done. Any of these crossings an issue? Friend or foe following? It's friendly. It's a big distance back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. What are you expecting next to be an issue?
The lights change.
Very good with the mirror check. The bus is slightly catching, but is he going in there?
Yes.
Less issue then, isn't it? Perfect.
You know what I'm going. I can't.
So what should you have done?
I should have slowed.
Should have stopped. Stop now. Very good. No problems. That's okay. So if you think of the information we were all collecting coming up to that, it was going to be good to stop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If the bus had been catching and not parking in, it may have been the correct option to go through.
Yeah.
However, we did not jump a red light. We should have stopped, but just collect all that information up and just absorb.
Okay.
Onto it?
Right.
Good. Have you got any questions as well, Beth?
I'm mainly just like, it's always about like the timing with it.
Yeah.
It's what is the safe distance away from the light to stop?
That's the same as signalling. There's no safe distance to be signalling. It depends, and unfortunately, that's all I can say to you.
Yeah.
I thought there was plenty of time to stop. These lights changed in sequence as well, didn't they? One changed, then the other. Well done for your mirrors. That's boss. Very good. You seem to have got that now.
Yeah, it's in the habit now.
I'm going to leave that one with you now.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Excellent. So, it depends. How close is the one behind? Is it catching or dropping off? It's dropping away, so that's less of an issue. Is the crossing a bit of a deal? It could have been, because there was a lady there who'd already crossed. She could have pressed it and then walked. So there was potential. It depends on risk, Beth. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So what's the risk at the minute? Not too bad, is it?
Not too bad at all.
We're going to go through these lights and then take the slip road left.
Okay.
So remember, people need time. If you put it on too early, that signal could mean different things.
Okay, so we're taking the slip road left.
You can't see it yet though, can you?
No.
So you can't signal for something
That I can't see.
that you can't see. People are insistent on just using that hand.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm really trying to stop as well.
Then that could mean I'm going in there, really.
Good, it's not a road anymore, but it used to be the entrance to the school that was there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well done. Good. So you're less likely to kill a cyclist now, aren't you?
Don't.
Yeah? Why does everyone hate cyclists so much? Why do you think that is? Do you think there's an inbuilt sort of like frustration because people think they're going to be held up? Well done there. I'll let you deal with the bus and everything that's going on. And well done for ignoring me there as well. Good. What do you reckon? Good. Well worked. So I'll ask you the question again. Why do you think there's an inbuilt sort of cyclists?
I think it's just because you've got to accommodate for them, and you know when you're just trying to do your own thing, and then you're like got to think of another thing.
Yeah, sound. So it's an extra thing for when people are learning. Yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't make it easy, but it doesn't mean. I'll let you deal with the bus. What should we do with the bus? Is there anyone overtaking us? What gear? So there wasn't much planning there.
No.
You were looking at the buses rather than thinking of the space. Think of the space. When buses park, they are parked.
Yeah.
All right, but that's okay. No problems. You still dealt with it safely. You had a little glance. That was good. So it's sort of the same with buses, isn't it? It's because the cyclists make your job a little more difficult, just as this bus is doing again by parking. But just plan. Who's coming the other way? Slow it down more then. Slow it down more. Look at the space, not the bus. Look at the space. Is the space good enough yet?
Not yet.
You just hold back. So there's no issues. Off we go again. Could the cyclist? Yes, good. Well done again, because we've been holding back for a little bit. So it's just because it makes things a little more difficult, doesn't it? Yeah? Good. Good. Nice job. And that's the only reason why people generally don't like cyclists, don't like buses, and don't like learners as well. We're all in the same boat. Alright?
Yeah.
Good.
I think it's just as well, larger vehicles make me nervous.
Yeah. That's right. People do tend to fixate on the things that can hurt them rather than thinking of what's best to do. Yeah, well done. You've got that mirror check in the bag now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well done. Good job. So, plan. Why is this one braking in front, and what do we need to know? That should be a reaction. Yeah?
Yeah.
Straight to your mirrors. Look at the space, remember. Good. So rather than fixating on the hazard, look at the space that's left over, and that's going to help you with the cyclists, and it's going to help you with the buses, and it's going to help you deal with learners after your test as well.
Okay.
Yeah? Good work. Yeah.
But then you just realise how much there is to do.
To take in. Good.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is between what we're doing today and what happened last time on your mock test? I know I'm saying a lot more today, obviously, but do you think there's that much of a difference between how you approached your mock test and your observations and with what I'm trying to get you to do today?
Yeah.
I think there's a big difference.
Just planning.
Planning.
Yeah.
It is. It's all about planning rather than reacting to things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Well done. Nice work. Look for things that could be an issue to you. You've got a big supermarket here to the right. So what type of things do you think could be an issue here?
People coming out.
Which there's a couple. Do you think they're going to take this space?
Yep.
Do you think they're going to be clear?
Yes,
Is the
now
taxi behind, friend or foe?
Don't know. Yeah, he's catching.
It's
So maybe he's
catching,
foul.
yes, good. Is the entrance going to be an issue, friend or foe? Because it changes, you've got to keep watching. We're going to get to these traffic lights and turn left. How soon do you need to tell people? Is there any big deal at the minute?
Really?
No, when are you going to do it then? Fab. So, am I delaying your reach for this?
Yeah.
And
Normally I'd signal and then look, but that's wrong.
It's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
So people are obsessed with these signals. Got a signal, got a signal, got a signal, got a signal. No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You've got to look. And that's the main thing about it. All right, people think as soon as I've got the signal on, I'm fine. And it's been for years and years and years, and people still think that nowadays.
Do people get that sort of thing of, well, I had my signal on, so why did you crash into me?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the biggest load of rubbish we've ever heard. Very good. Super, well happy with that. And again, get your gear and then have a little check again. Nice job. What are we looking for before we accelerate? Very good. Is the danger with this queue this side?
There could be a cyclist on a motorbike.
So what sort of speed to go past this queue?
This.
I agree. It just needed a little delay until you could see a little more. Very good. Friend or foe behind?
So far, some friends, but he is catching me.
Good. That's a lovely way to think about it as well, friend or foe, because it keeps you constantly aware of your risk of what you're going to do. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Nice job. Friend or foe?
Still being my friend.
Still friend. Good.
Yeah.
Well done. And you can be as prejudiced as you like in your own head as well with this. You can think, oh, it's a tatty car with bits hanging off it. You could say it's a BMW driver. As long as we don't say it out loud, yeah? We don't want to be nasty towards any different type of people. But you can think it. You can think the worst as long as you keep it to yourself. It could be van man. It could be taxi. It could be the cyclist who's wanting loads of space for us to go around him, but then he's zooming in and out of traffic with no space. It could be that particular cyclist. Not saying they're all like that. Not saying all BMW drivers are like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're actually quite interesting today because we're teaching you how to use your signals properly in a BMW. Think of the irony, yeah? So this is what I'm getting at. You can be as prejudiced as you like. You can even think of old people if you wish. They could be an issue. You could think of people from different countries with different registration plates on.
Okay.
It's not right to be prejudiced towards anyone, but in the car, you can be as pessimist as you like. Yeah?
Okay. I'm on it.
Super.
Are we going straight on?
Yes, please. So that was a doddle, wasn't it? Because we got our friendly one behind.
Thank you, friend. Okie dokie.
If the clutch goes down in third, pick a lower one. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth, if the clutch depresses, you need to lower gear. In first and second, you will be able to get away with it sometimes pressing the clutch and then going again in the same gear.
Okay.
Alright? I'll wave to Kerry. Hello, Kerry.
It's Kerry, friend.
Kerry's one of our instructors. She's lovely, Kerry. As all my instructors are.
So she's best friend.
Apart from me, I'm horrible. That's why you've decided to come to me, because you're a bit sadist on the sly, aren't you?
Be like, just keep shouting at me
Keep
and
shouting.
I'll eventually learn.
Yeah, through the tears. Friend or foe?
ones.
So it's easy. You can please yourself, can't you? No problems. Second will be fine, but first is good as well. So your car control is good enough to get the car moving away in second comfortably at that speed, but it was still fine. Friend or foe now? He's not too bad. He's keeping distance. So don't just think every private hire driver is going to be an issue.
I didn't even notice that he was a taxi man. I just seen car and I was like, oh.
Okay, perfect. So that Ford that's up at the lights, what would you say about him if you were near him further up? I don't think we're going to be because they're turning, but what would you say about that one that's just gone over that centre line?
Keep away from them.
Keep away. So what would you say about our private hire guy? If you could speak, private hire guy behind, he's not done that, and he's kept in the correct space in his road. Brilliant, lovely driving by him.
Yes.
So as you can see, we're not doing it to be nasty, we're thinking about this risk all around, and how you see all this risk affects how safely we can do things out there.
Okay.
Yeah? Good. Nice job. And talk about anything, or you're alright cracking on?
I'm okay cracking on, I think, yeah.
Is there anything you want to ask me? Don't think so?
I don't think so. It's mainly just all. It's just I've got to get. I know you say that habits are bad in a car, but like when you're setting off, like obviously like the mirror check should be part of like a habit.
Yes, the observations are a part of the habit, but not specific things. You've got to think of your surroundings and observe to suit. Yeah? Okay, we can use the middle lane up ahead to turn right, please. There's Laura.
Okay.
Looks lovely as well.
Lovely Laura. Love that alliteration.
Now, when are you going to need to tell people that was fine now? Is the cyclist going to be an issue?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, that's perfect. Next set of lights, we're going to turn left. Who's followed us through and round the corner?
Nobody.
Good, well done. So, when are you going to tell people? Are those behind starting to move now?
Yes.
Good. How sharp's this corner? Because that has a bearing on what you need to do signal-wise as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well done. How sharp's this corner? Who's followed us?
Nobody so far. Oh, we've got a friend following us.
Good. That's 4.
Oh God. Okay. Thanks. There we go.
Okay. It's alright. Straight at your roundabout. Friend or foe? What about this one to your right? It's fine. It's not an issue. Any problems?
Nope. All good.
Good. Anyone else to your right hand side? No? Because if there was, you'd have an issue with this now. Is there any issues now?
No.
Good, so you realise you can accelerate properly. So there's that mirror check before changing speed or speeding up that enabled you to do whatever you were doing safely. Alright? What was the issue with the gear change coming in there, Beth?
I was too busy focusing on the gear rather than my speed.
Good. The corner just required a little more slow, and you just needed to sort that gear change out before the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah? And because you left it on the corner, did you notice when I said it needed to gear down,
Yeah.
you snatched a bit and went into 4th?
Yeah.
Okay. Friend or foe?
Friend.
We got the lights on as well, which is good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Keeping the distance, the car looks pretty clean. Yeah? All these little things can give you little bits of info to see what type of problem you're going to have. Yeah?
Yeah.
Be really nosy.
Okay.
Yeah? Crossing, is that going to change?
No one's pressed it, so.
Okay. We'll listen to that engine as well. What does that sound like? That's more control now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this sort of pedestrianised section a little bit more. Well done. Good. Friend or foe?
It's friend.
Do you feel as though you're ready for me to shut up and say nothing over the last 10 minutes or so? Should we give you a go?
We'll give us a go.
Go on then. Up to these traffic lights and turn left, please.
Okay.
It's not the junction just before the lights.
Yeah,
It's actually at the lights. So we can't signal to show people yet, can we? Your position's way enough to show people where we're going. And now you can back it up. Excellent, good. Do you think you've cleared that yellow box behind you?
No, I haven't, so I need to
could you-
creep a little
Good.
bit.
How much to the line have you got?
Just the back wheel, really.
Have a look to the line in front. How much to the line in front of you have you got? Quite a bit, haven't you? So you could go all the way up to underneath, couldn't you?
Yeah, there we go.
Better. So I'm just going to point out whether you miss any mirror checks now. Don't be negative of it. Alright, if I point out one that you miss, it's just to really get a gauge of where we're at and how much you've improved.
Okay.
Okay? So no negativity. This bit's quite hard if you take this wrongly. Alright? You've done brilliantly today, Beth. Do you feel as though you've improved a bit?
A little bit, yeah.
Good, well done.
Okay.
Excellent, you get a thumbs up. Very nice mirror checks as well. Another thumbs up. See if we can do this all the way back to yours.
Okay.
All good, yeah? You're well aware of everything around you there? Does it calm you down a bit, do you think, if you know your surroundings a bit better?
A little bit, yeah, because then there's not going to be any nasty surprises, is there?
Perfect. All good? Yeah, you were well aware of everything there as well. Very good. Looking at the black Vauxhall that was coming down the side.
Need to stop getting songs stuck in the ears, really.
What were you singing?
Rolling on rhythm.
Rolling. I'm not going to start singing, no.
Don't. I always get stuck in my head anytime like we're stuck in traffic and you're just kind of creeping.
Well done. Yeah, good. But the reaction to try and escape wasn't quite correct though. Because they were close, you still actually needed just to
back off.
keep slow until you were through the risk.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Okay. But it was a good mirror check. No faults there, but there's still other things like we've just explained that you can do just to help. Alright?
Yeah.
Well done.
Have you ever done that thing where you're a passenger in a car and then you're looking at the car next to you but you catch their eye and then you either have the choice of either having to stare out or you look away?
Is that what you've just done with them to the right?
Maybe.
Yeah. Did you back off and turn
Yeah, I was
away?
like, oops, sorry.
Not happy with you, Beth. I do it with kids and then pull tongues at them. Sorry.
Oh
My
God.
daily little things that amuse me. And then you can always see them. That man just pulled tongues at me.
Like, no, never.
And then just stare forward.
Yeah.
No, joking. Well done with all of that. You were well aware. You were switched on to everything. Beth, you can head straight down and back way to yours because I'm heading back to my estate in a sec.
Okay.
Very well done. Very well done. Well switched on to everything.
I should have really gone up until after.
No, if you're not ready to go back in, don't go back in. Think about the mistake that you made at the Black Bull last time.
Yeah.
You're aware, you're still safe here, you can get going and then do it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. Good. No issue. Do you think a signal may have helped there?
Not really, because I was. Well, then again, I suppose it would have.
Yeah, it may have helped. Don't forget the bus has got passengers who could be standing up and waiting to get off, and if you suddenly move in and then there's a problem in front of you, you slam on,
Yeah.
the bus has got issues.
Okay.
I also thought it was helpful to the silver private hire that was catching you behind as well, because you're already saying to them, I'm just getting out of your way.
Okay.
So I thought that required a signal there, alright? What should we do with this guy? Does he think
Confused.
that bus lanes and cycle lanes like that work in opposing manners, or is he just risking it there, do you think?
I think he might just be risking it, really.
I think so too.
I gave him enough space there, do
You
you
did,
think?
yeah. At that speed, yeah. Although it wasn't 1.5 meters, it's different when they're coming towards you. You can see them, they can see you, and you can both manage that space. No issues. Very good with the taxi. Well switched on to everything. Well switched on to them too as well. Good. Yeah, it wasn't the time to be holding back and letting the silver one out with the distance that the taxi was following. Yeah? Very good.
Hasn't really gone off in second there.
That's fine, but again, no issues in first. Good. Well done. Which way are we going? Well done. How do you think you've got on with your work today then, Beth?
Yeah, I think I've made a step forward, but I've still got some work to do and just assessing the situations and everything.
Okay, I agree, there's still a little bit to do. Just for example there, you checked, you came in, you checked, you signalled, you then checked.
Yeah, I
So it should have
there,
checked there before you moved in,
Yeah,
and then maybe put the signal on.
yeah.
Alright, so there's little bits, but personally I think it's a big step forward. Yeah?
Yeah.
So if there might be 3 months until we can get a test date, you can totally see where I was coming from about
Yeah.
booking your test, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time. Alright?
What was the normal waiting list before COVID?
Sometimes 4 weeks. Sometimes 4 weeks, yeah. It depends on different areas of the country. On occasions I've known it to be this sort of length as well. I can't remember what reason there was behind it. I can't remember whether there was an examiner strike or something. I don't know, I can't remember, but I've known it to be really long beforehand. So, keep concentrating while we're talking. What should we be checking before we go? Yes, good. And then do your turn. Well done. Check again. Good.
Children, don't you dare.
Reassess around us.
Okay, I'm just going to hold back and
Okay.
let them come through.
I wouldn't have done. I would have moved up and let them go into
Yeah.
that space that they're entering or next to now. But it didn't affect anyone because look who's behind. What can you do with your feet and hands though? What should we do now though? Yeah, good. Well done. So even though they're parking. So maybe you could have done this initially,
Yeah.
where you can then just slow by this silver car. Maybe you don't need to now. Would a signal have helped? Them to put one on for us? Absolutely. Would have done, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wherever you find a space that you can park in. It's up to you if you want to go in here, yeah. Good. Good. Nice job. it up. Good. You can turn your car off as well and take your seatbelt off and relax. What's your thoughts then, Beth?
It's better than last week. I've still got... I need to stop looking at what's coming and looking what I can do more. Because I keep finding that I'm doing that.
Call that target fixation, or locking on, I often call it. It's instinctive, it's a tough one, right? But what particular scenario has made you think that you've been doing that today, though?
The bus, what just happened there.
Yeah.
That lorry as well, after the bus.
Yeah.
Because I noticed myself like trying to move away, and I had to like actively fight myself to be like, no, you're fine.
Good. Okay, so that's knowing the problems is the first step in fixing them. But let's just concentrate on our goal today, and it was mirror work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you weren't very happy, but I tried to explain after the mock test that there's not that much work to do. How successful do you think the work has been today that we've done?
It's been good. I think I've got more back in the swing of looking in my mirrors and everything, like actively making sure that I do before it sets off and stuff. But
do you feel you could give that a percentage fixed?
60%.
Okay, cool. So we've still got little bits and bobs to do. I would probably say it's a little more than that, personally, my assessment of it, but it's nice that you put it on the lower end, because you're always striving for higher goals, and that'll do me.
Okay.
What do you think we should be working on next time?
Just same again, maybe like force myself into situations where I have to think before I get there, like tighter situations, things like that.
I thought it was particularly good. I was trying to gab the leg off you, and it was busy.
Yeah.
And you blanked me.
I didn't mean to.
No, hang on a sec. It's not rude at all in the car.
Okay.
It was excellent. That's why I'm bringing it up, to give you a pat on the back and saying well done. And if you ever like that with any person in the car after you pass your test, if they want to talk or turn the music up and it's busy, you turn it down and say, hang on a minute, let's just get through this. I thought that was boss. That was an extra little box ticked and a thumbs up with that today. Very good. So we'll do a little bit more of the same next week.
Yeah, okay.
Sound? Any questions?
No, I'm good.
No, we're going to wave again.
Okay,
See
bye.
you later.